We talk all things health insurance, and today we're going to talk a little bit about healthcare. So, a related topic, and talking about all things health insurance and how to raise the bar in your health insurance plan. And this today we're going to talk about how to be a good consumer of healthcare. And I think we talk about that quite a lot. Oh, be a good consumer. We're going to throw this $3,000 deductible plan at you, this $5,000 deductible plan, this $6,000 deductible plan. And yet we don't help people be good consumers of care. And we also assume that a good consumer of care is the cheapest care, which may or may not be true, but that the cheapest care is, excuse me, crappy care. And the dirtiest secret of all in healthcare is that the best, highest quality healthcare is often on the lower end of the price side. So it may not be the cheapest, but it's almost always not the most expensive. So if I can give you some tools for how to purchase high quality healthcare, not only am I helping you be a better consumer, but I'm also helping your pocketbook. And you, I mean, a person, a regular everyday employee. Let's leave insurance aside for just a minute. We have done such a good job as an industry of training to people to think that health insurance is health care. It is not. It is a finance mechanism for how to pay for health care, and it is also an access issue. And those also are two separate things, and we'll probably talk about those in some other issues. But today, I want to talk about how to find high quality healthcare and how to think about that. So, if the highest quality healthcare is often on the lower end of the cost spectrum, how do you know that? And what are you supposed to do about it? And really, why should you care, right? You have an insurance card and off you go. But your insurance premium this year makes the increase for your insurance premium next year. So the more the cards get used and the higher the claims, then the higher the premium goes and the less affordable it becomes. It's really kind of this wild circle that just keeps going on and on like a death spiral. I know so many people who literally they're functionally uninsured. They have a plan that has a $5,000 or $6,000 deductible, and they can't afford that. They don't go to the doctor. Maybe they went to the doctor and they don't take their medication because they don't know how much it is and they're afraid of how much it costs, which is a really valid fear. So the frequency of claims goes up. The claims get more expensive. And it's just a big mess, right? Nobody's happy with health insurance. So let's separate today health insurance and health care. And I want to give you 3 examples of ways that you may be able to access care and save yourself a little bit of money and just generally have an easier time. The first thing we're going to talk about are generic prescriptions. Many of you have heard this before, but most pharmacies, I live in Texas, so we have everybody, Walgreens, CVS, which are the most expensive place to buy drugs. Walmart, Costco, HEB, Safeway, Kroger, whatever your grocery store is, almost all of them have a list of drugs that is very low cost, $4, $5, $10. And they have a cash pay price for prescriptions. It's a little bit of extra work. It's an extra question, actually. It's not really a lot of extra work, but what is do you have a list? Is this drug on the list? And you may find that your copay through your insurance is $15, $20, $25, but the drug actually costs $4. Pay $4 and move on and just get your drug and pay a lower price for it. Though, at least here in Texas, the pharmacies also have lists of drugs that are heavily discounted. They might be $10 or $15 and your copay might be $35 or $50. So ask about those things. Also ask about copay cards. With my insurance hat, I hate them. They drive up the cost of prescriptions, but for a person and their pocketbook, they're fantastic. So you may have a drug that is thousands of dollars, and with a copay card, you can get your out-of-pocket costs taken care of. So make sure to ask about those if you're on an expensive drug. Imaging, I've heard a lot more conversation about this, and I want to talk about why imaging can be so expensive. So if you have a doctor that is in a hospital system, They are going to send you down the hall for your imaging, simple imaging, x-ray, complex imaging, an MRI, a CAT scan. Sonogram is not too complex. They often have those in their offices, a PET scan, any of those things. They're going to send you down the hall, or they're going to send you somewhere in their hospital system, right? That's their job. Their job is they work for a hospital system and they're going to refer you in the system. You would do the same if you were in that position. However, that is often the most expensive place to receive your imaging. So if you have a high deductible plan, you're going to end up paying a significant amount out of your pocket for that imaging, even at the PPO discounted rate. If you go to a freestanding facility, then you can pay a cash pay, or your insurance plan has probably negotiated a better price because it is a freestanding facility and their cost structure is different. The dirty little secret here is that those machines are all the same. The initial reads are almost always done by machine, and then they're sent to a radiologist. So there is no impact to the quality of your service. There is, however, a significant impact to the quality of your pocketbook. So ask that question as well. If you are in the hospital, you should not leave to have complex imaging. You should be wheeled down the hall and have your MRI, CAT scan, PET scan, whatever it is that you need. But that's really the only time that you should use you should have your imaging in the facility. We've got a comment here. Esther Horowitz says your doctor may also have knowledge about pharma manufacturing who are offering coupons, discounts, and drugs at a very reduced rate by applying for support. This is absolutely true. If you are on a high cost specialty medication, absolutely ask your doctor and ask the pharmacy. You might also call around and see how much different drugs cost at different pharmacies. I know that's a little bit of an extra step, but you will be amazed at the difference. Thank you, Esther. The last thing I want to talk about is outpatient surgery. And this is a little bit gnarly and might be concerning to some people, but I want you to think about this if you have an outpatient procedure. We have a client that just had a surgery. It was an outpatient surgery, and it was done at a hospital. It could have been done at an outpatient surgical facility. There is good data that surgeries performed at an outpatient surgical facility have better outcomes because they are easier to keep clean and they operate a little bit more smoothly and quickly. They're much more planned environments. But this person had their surgery at a hospital. It billed at $80,000. Now that was the bill. It wasn't actually what was paid. The plan paid about $34,000 for this surgery. This surgery could have been done at a freestanding facility. This is one I circled back and checked with the doctor. Yes, it could have been done. This doctor has privileges at this particular facility in San Antonio, and the price for that surgery was $11,000. So a couple of things I want you to think about here. One, the doctor got paid the same. If the doctor did the surgery in the facility or in the freestanding facility, the surgeon's fee was the same. So you're not harming your physician in any way by changing the facility. The cost structure is much higher in a hospital than it is at an outpatient facility. I know this is the weeds of insurance and everybody rolls their eyeballs at it, but it is really important because surgeries, hospital stays, cancer diagnoses, preemie babies, serious heart conditions, end-stage renal disease, metabolic syndromes, those are the things that drive our costs. If as a society we can take better care of ourselves, leave that discussion to you, and we can pay the right price for care, high quality care, always the most important thing, then we can drive down the cost of care and we can start to address some of the problems in our health insurance system. So what I want you to remember, check to see if you can get a cash pay price for your prescriptions and pay less money. If you need an MRI or a CAT scan or a PET scan, ask if you can do it at a freestanding facility. You might have to ask twice, and you might need to be a little bit insistent about it. People don't like to change their process. I don't like to change my process. Nobody I know likes to change their process, but this is a really great way to save some money for you. No negative impact to you and high quality. And also ask where you are having your procedures formed and if they can be done at an outpatient facility. Maybe not, but it's worth asking the question. And I hope these takeaways are helpful for you. Have a terrific rest of your day, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.